Hello everyone. Now I think chat is open for all, right? Let's check out once so that I can get it easily, right? So in the last session means in the Sunday session that we have checked some points related with that. Why not we go further once again and revision we are going to take it now, right? The point. So I will just open that content here. The last Sunday what we have taken, Friday. What is the date of that actually? We have taken that is I think 11, right? 11 to this one. Now my voice is audible to you, is it? So that I can start this session easily, right? Sunday session, okay, Sunday session. Should have to go for a Sunday session. 13. Now I think your chat is having everyone. You can check the chats once again. See guys, in the last Sunday, we have discussed with the NumPy. You know what? Exactly every time we have to pass it down there, the import NumPy NP. So you know what actually? Today we are going to discuss about the NumPy, the contents that we have done, and also we are going to define zero-dimensional array, 1D array, 2D array, and all. So many things that today we are going to discuss about it. Right. So hope so you guys are there, and so that I can start this session. Yes, can I start? Wait. It is now. Check out once. Yes. Okay. Okay. So this time, suppose if I want to print, this is easy. Then you can go with the print and directly pass it. Okay. Simple, right? But if you know about it, if you just check about the dimensions, you want to check about data types and all, there we have the difference about it. Means whatever the values you are passing into the numpy, that is the matter now. So how can I check the data types and defining the arrays and all? First, we will check what is the ending, what is the data type, what is the shape, means checking with that. Why? Because these are the things mandatory, right? Means it's kind of general things. We can go for the checking of arrays, right? First, suppose if I have this one, then I just go here and copy it and suppose paste it down. This is simple array, okay? And suppose if I want to do print and print, and in that I'm passing a. But with the a, why not I pass n dot ndim? So we can get what is the dimensions of numpy array that we have defined. If I execute this one, definitely you will get a 1D array. This is one dimensional array. Why? Because we have one row, right? But when we go for suppose like a print a dot, I will pass here d type, okay? So this one we know that d type is nothing but data type. Okay, we should have to pass like this, a dot d type. It's not callable, then we can, yeah, this one int 32. So int 32 is nothing but it's 32 is in memory size, right? So integer we are going to check here. So it doesn't matter if you are passing the 2 3 4 5 6, suppose this is a numeric values, but the numeric value is in into 2.2 something like that, then definitely your data type will be changed with the float. Why? Because you are passing the decimal values, right? 2.2. And suppose if I discuss with this one 2, this is an integer. So only single change makes the difference in the data type. If I want to pass suppose in a string manner, only string. So if I have added this 4 as a string, right, then definitely it will convert it into the Unicode, that is in string, right? So the major data types that we have, that is in which one? One is an integer, second float, third string, right? So whatever the arrays you are going to fetch, that time these are the things that will you will get into the defining time, defining the data types. But we are not discussing about the floating and the string and these things. Actually, we know that whenever we pass the value into double quote, that is in string. If we are passing precision decimal points, then definitely you will get a floating value, and complete values that is in 2 3 point something, 2 3 4 5. Suppose values you are passing 3000, you are passing, that time definitely you will get integer value. But point to be discussed about here, NumPy is a numeric Python. The name itself that use your numeric Python. Then what is the exactly meaning of this one, right? If I am taking this value into the string, then also he is supporting. Yes, it is supporting, but when you go for the concatenation calculation something, and at that time string doesn't work. Then that time you have to convert these values before the means NumPy before the suppose your data is there and already I told you about the label encoding that we are going to cover up into the pandas. NumPy supports means takes the values into the string, but when I go for the calculation purpose, that time definitely the string value makes some difference. So always think about it. If I have a column in a data set, like suppose um, numeric column, suppose like a pin code number, right? Suppose pin code, you know, everyone, pin code, right? Pin code number value we cannot change. This is kind of discrete values, like a 4110, like this one, 411051. This is a pin code, no? So this is a numeric value, but we cannot do a calculation on it. If I want to pass some kind of value label encoding purpose, suppose if I'm passing like this, you should have to cover up, no? You should have to convert these values, no, into, suppose you can give the any variable name, like a variable means value name one. This way is nothing but one, means converting label encode. You are doing the encoding here, right? So these are the things that we can learn into the where pandas. Why? Because there is an data manipulation concepts are very strong, and working with the data sets, there we have various functions as well, right? But now finally we know that we can check the dimension, we can check the d type as well. But if I go for, suppose, once again, if I go for, suppose, this is print a dot shape, check out, this is a shape. If suppose we are in, shape is nothing but showing the rows and columns structure. Even shape tells you the structural point as well, means suppose multiple arrays or how many dimensions are there, and how many rows and columns are there. But now we have the 1D array, no? So here we have added 7 rows only, 7 columns only. Why? Because this is 1D array. We are not getting that much what we want, means only singular array is presenting here. But if I want to pass something like a multi-dimensional array, that time you should first define the array, and then we can apply this shape and d type and nd. So why not we go for the structural part, means defining the zero dimensional array, defining the 1D array, defining the 2D array, right? And once we covered up the 2D or multi-dimensional array, then definitely we can check the file based, means data types, data set. So actually that is into the pandas. Why? Because pandas supports to the multi-dimensional data. Suppose if you are taking the credit card fraud detection data, there we have the 3 to 4 lakh rows and near about 30 plus columns. Yes, it is in 7 columns and 1 row, but this is an 1D array. Only 7 is there. 1D array, if you are passing, no, that time he only shows up 7, right? But if you pass multi-dimensional, means more than one, no, definitely he will show the 2 columns and like that. But I would like to show you one thing here. Let's go for that first, means creating arrays, and then we go for that shaping and ending and data type. So definitely you will get solve your problems, right? Means the questions that you will get into structural point. So let's check out first. I think this point I have mentioned in the last as well, but let's check out. Hash zero dimension array. So I'll pass only D. Okay, so this, the first one. Suppose if I'm taking only one variable, I'm taking always. Why? Because as we move forward with the programming, so this variable will support current position. So I'm taking only A, and you know what? Actually, here I will take as NP. So instead of passing here, why not I go here and just pass it down. A is equals to NP. See, always if you are working with the NP functionalities, built-in functions, then always you should pass their np. Okay, numpy, if you are using, go with the numpy content, means np dot something. So if I pass here np array, and directly if I'm passing 12 and print it down there, you will get a something like this one, 12. But why not I check the type, right? Type means d type and endim as well. Why not I check a dot d type? Okay, a dot d type. Check out integer. If I pass a 12.2 something, then definitely you will change. You will get a change in between that, and print into that a dot. Suppose ndim. Ndim is nothing but dimensions, numerical dimensions. He will check how many dimensions we have. 0 dimensions. Why? Because we haven't passed into the square brackets, and even we haven't passed the values more than one values. But same structure that we have checked here, this one, this is your, this is your 1D array. So similarity is, suppose if I'm checking this one, and if I executed the 1D array and 1 int 32, right? So checking the dimensions, these are the difference. If suppose interview sessions are going on, and suppose they told, ask you about that zero, define the zero dimensional array or 1D array, but most of the times you will get a question on this one, zero dimensional array. So how to define the zero dimensional array? So you can just pass it down into a is equals to np dot array and 12, 12, 13, 14, you can pass anything, doesn't matter. The value is not important, but how do you are passing into that, that is important. And syntaxes, check out the syntaxes. Syntax always matters, right? Why? Because if you know the syntax, you will not get any kind of error here. If suppose a is my variable, np is my library, and array, you are defining array, no, so array inbuilt method, in that you are passing 12, directly you will get a message output, right? And then if I'm going with the 2D, two dimensional array, see what I'm saying, two dimensional. So first I will pass here comment 2D array, and suppose a is equals to, in that, check out what I'm going to do, np dot array. And only thing you will get a difference here, only square brackets are important. And here I will pass here 1D array. Okay, so 2 comma 3 comma 4. Okay, that's it, means I'm just passing, this is looks like a simple 1D array. Then if I pass another one comma, check out 2 comma 4 comma 3 comma 4, same, it doesn't matter, you are taking the same values and all. Why? Because these are the array, and different arrays are there, that is why. But you know what, actually execution is going on, suppose, and want to check the data type, then definitely you will get a problem here. So why? See, the field element must be 2 or 3 tuples, got a 2. Why this is happening? Because if you pass here another one bracket, then this makes the difference. Check out. So can anybody tell me about how many rows and how many columns we have here, please? Three rows and two columns, or two rows and three columns? Two rows and three columns, exactly, right? So why not I check this one, ending, as well as the d type. D type, you know that you are passing here exactly two rows and three columns. So first I will check the shape, a dot shape. See, I'm passing shape. Shape is nothing but finding the rows and columns, right? If I execute, see, two rows and three columns. Why? Because here we have the two rows. Check out the syntaxes as well. This is our first array, this is second array, and all the two arrays are together into the single array, that is the outer side of array, right? And then combined means closing with the round brackets. So closing with the round brackets means a dot shape, that makes the like rows and column structure. Simultaneously, if I'm checking with the, suppose, a dot and dim, check out what he said. 2 means, you know what, actually in the interview sessions, so many people are getting confused about what is the shape, what is the ending, means difference between that. Simultaneously, if I'm taking with the print a dot, see, yes, I will implement this, Manish, definitely. Just a minute. Once I covered this one, I will go for that question as well. Right. Type a dot type, and I suppose directly I'm checking this one. Type has wait. Something is different here. A dot type. This is kind of like this one. Type. Check out. This is difference. This is indifferent. This means the three structures that we are applying on the this 2D array: shape as well as ending as well as type, and even another one which it is a dot. The four parameters that you can easily identify: the shape, the dimensions, type, and then data type. This is a type of numpy array, no, NDIM array, numeric dimensional array, n dimensional array, and then integer, and then two. This is a two dimensional array. So you can check out. This is write it down, and every time whenever you go for the numerical Python array, no, that time definitely this will be useful to you. Yes or no? Right? Got it, everyone? This point. So now I'll take this question: why NP array and NP dot arrays will not same? See, you know what? Actually, I'll go for here once again. Where it is? Okay, this one. Yeah, you are not passing this 12 into the square brackets. So what is the exactly meaning of this? Whenever I implement the list, no, list is a collection of multiple items. So if I pass 12, he might be right. He's thinking about, this is I'm going to multiple items here. So you are not passing, but his behavior, his properties in collection of items, he will take, no, means np dot. If I'm thinking about the 1D array, but here you are not passing the any kind of extra values. See, they cannot interpret the 1 2 3 as a data type. If suppose wait d type, I will remove this one as well. Okay, comment only. I'm printing this one. See what what he is saying. If I'm passing into the square, then and then only he can support with. Why? Because this is making the difference. This is adding the multiple items. His behavior, square bracket behavior. Where we have seen the square bracket? Where we have seen in the list? Is it correct? So always go with the zero dimension. And if suppose if you want to print, pass the value with dimensions are different, and passing the items are different, right? Now see, zero dimension, one dimensional, two dimensional is correct. Okay, this is not an means issue now. But if I'm adding more than one two dimensional arrays, then what will happen? More than one two dimensional array, can I pass another one example here? 2D array. What do you think, guys? Yes or no? Let's go for that more. np dot array into the bracket. If I pass 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, see, comma, square, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 3, 3, 6, and if I pass here this one, if print a1 dot what and dim, check out 2D array. So it doesn't matter if you are passing the multiple items in a single array, or if I'm taking a two arrays and you are passing the multiple items. Why? Because the way you are representing, the way you are taking the syntaxes here about two-dimensional arrays, check out the square brackets that present here. And square bracket matters. Why? Because the value connected with the two square brackets. Check out the count and check out the dimension. The similar kind of that, if I'm taking the two-dimensional, three-dimensional, and more than three-dimensional, suppose, then definitely that is also makes the some difference. Why? Because if I'm checking the dimensions, or suppose d type or the shape, definitely there will be the difference you will get. You will not get a difference in a d type, but you will get a difference in a ending and shape as well. So let's check out. If I pass three-dimensional array, a2 is equals to, suppose, np dot array, okay, and I'm passing here suppose simultaneously I'm just giving the, this is 6 comma 3. Now tell me, where do you, means where do you guys that you can put your values, put your extra brackets here, means making a three-dimensional array. What is that position I can pass the values? What is that position? What do you think? The first thing you should add the square bracket first, means last and first one, means start the square bracket and end up with the square bracket. Then you should combine the two arrays here. First array, means first array and second array you are combining here. This one is in first array and this is in second array, okay, and you are combined this two parameters, these two arrays. Here also same, you should have to do starting point and ending point. Now what happened here? Now check out what we'll see, what will happen here. This is my first array, this is my second array, and these two arrays are together in this bracket of this one. This is also similar kind of structure that we have here as well, here till the this one. But this array and this array combined together in the first array, means which one? This one. So can anybody tell me, if I execute, how many dimensions you will get? Three dimensions, a2 dot and dim. And if I make the print here of a2, then what you will get? What you will get? Dimensions as well as array. So can anybody tell me how many dimensions we have and how many rows and how many columns we will get? If I use the shape here, can anybody tell me what I will get here? Please, a2 dot and dim. So actually I have to pass shape. So can anybody tell me about how many dimensions If I print the A2 dot shape, dimensions, rows and columns, you will get 2, 6 rows and 2 columns, or 2 columns, 2 rows and 6 columns. Two rows and 6 columns exactly. Let's check out what will happen here. See, what happened here means 1, 2, 3, right? How many arrays are present here? How many array structures are present here? This is my first one and this is my second one array. Okay, and that is why we are having here 2 rows and 6 columns. If I increase the count of arrays here, then definitely this one will change the structure. Now check out. See how many arrays I have here? 3, 2 rows and 6 columns. This is my dimensions. Are you getting this point? Great. See, now you know what actually the way you are taking no means this one, and this third one. Okay, if I increase the bracket here, can you tell me if increasing the bracket, increasing the data type, sorry, increasing the dimensions, is it possible? Yes or no? Let's execute it. Can I declare an array dynamically? No, no, no. I have to check about that one definitely. Dynamically declaring the arrays, right? I will definitely check for that, but still now we don't have that, right? So if I execute, check out what will happen. How many dimensions we have? 4, right? And see what he completely displayed. 4 means only one. No, here we have the one structure. 3 what? 3 arrays, 2 rows and 6. So check out the way we have declared. This is same or not? This is the complete one structure. This one outer side is in starting with the array 4. That is an only one we have. In that we have 3 arrays. Which one? This one. Okay, this one we have the first one, second one and third one. Okay, this is 3, and then we have 2, and then we have 6 columns. Okay, this is the easiest work that we got here, means defining the multidimensional arrays here, right? And even as I told you, the 4 parameters, the shape, d type and type, there we have the difference of that. Okay, so a2 dot and dim shape we have actually d type. Okay, and print type a2. Check out and write it down that these 4. Why? Because this will help you to understand about ending. Okay, and dimensional array. So this is first one, shape. This is shape, this is dimension, this is the data type, and this is related with where he belongs to, the which type of belongs. This is an n dimensional array. Okay, so this is the way we can create a what arrays. Even we can declare checking the shapes and dimensions as well. But what about if I'm slicing down? What I'm going to do a indexing, slicing and indexing. Have you done a slicing and indexing in the Python? Yes or no? Right? So I will take one array first. I will go for suppose this is 1D array. Okay. Check. And a of suppose I'll pass -2. Can anyone? You will get it this one easily. What you will get this time? 7. 7. This is the similar kind of structure that we have in the where that positive indexing and negative indexing, and similar kind of that. But I'm working on the 1D array. Okay, so do not get confused about it. Only I have 1D array and you're adding the same structure of that. If suppose if I'm adding there a multi-dimensional array like a 2D array, so why not I take this 2D array here, this one. Okay. And the way indexing is increased, no, definitely people get confused about this one. Why? Because structural part is different, no? So a of I want to fetch 3 here, only 3, this one. Is it possible with the 0 comma 1? Yes or no? The 4-dimensional array count for answer. The 4 dimensions, the structure, the count of that 4 whole. One is nothing but 4 dimensions, one count, no, that if I copying the one other one in input that, then definitely you will get the another one count plus 1. So what is the structure now? 0 comma 1, who will be there? He will get the 3 or wait, I will change the structure here. See, 23. So why to get a 23 here? Why? Because the structural point is starting with the, already we have seen the list starting from the 0th element ending with that. So range function also similar kind of that works here. But here we are passing not a single array. We are passing multiple arrays with the 2 dimension. Now we have 2 dimension. The way we are going to increase, similar kind of structure we will get. Up if now here the downside of passing here, suppose with the structure I will increase here. Three and two and two. Okay, two rows and five columns are there, and structural point. This one will go for this. Yeah, this one stands for this one. Okay, now if I want to fetch 32, this one 32. Yes, 32 with the negative indexing. Can anybody with the negative indexing? Can zero dimension means this one, minus 2 is nothing but this one. If 32, I got this one. Yes, correct. Can I pass the both values negative? What do you think? Can I pass both values negative? Yes. So let's check out once. Which value now I have to pass in the instead of passing 0? Minus 2. Yes, it's correct. Right. I think you got the point of slicing and indexing here. Slice it down, pass the index. Slice it down, pass the index. You know why we are doing this one? Because the collection of data, the multi-dimensional data, when we get no, that time we should slice down the some sort of data if you want, right? The people, suppose I will give you one example there. Weather forecasting data is there, suppose, and they have given the last 10 years of data, like 2010 to 2020. And what they say, in your data set, we have temperature and wind speed. What I'm saying, temperature and wind speed we have into that data set, and 10 years of data is there. And suppose someone will say, please check out January to March temperature only. What I'm saying, January to March temperature only, and that you have to slice it down 2010 to 2015 only. Just check out. You should have to go every aspects of this one. You first go for slicing of the 2010 to 15. Then the next step you should go for January to March. Then you go for what, temperature. So every time you should have to do a slicing. This slicing will be helpful to you every time. Why? The the way client will ask you question, the way client is expecting the data, that is important. And suppose sometimes what will happen, question will be there, and you will not find out the means slicing of the major data set directly. You cannot go for the applying your concept and all. Means suppose you are going to predict the temperature, and you are thinking about, I got the question, client is asking about that temperature, you have to find out the temperature in the next 10 days. What will be the average temperature? That time what will happen, you couldn't get that, how to define, how to fetch the data, because client is asking like that. That time better to go for the solution. First try to slice your data in the format of what client expecting. Means on the which data you have to apply first slicing. First fetch the data, make the data set, make the file, and then apply your analytical process on that data set instead of going directly on the solution. Why? Because not, that time you are able to give the answers, no, on the basis of that data set. I have this much data, 5 years of data, January to March, and temperature. then you can ask me any questions on it. So slicing is important now. Okay, the way I have applied this slicing concept on the two-dimensional, even I can take the dimensions of 3, but this three-dimensional shaping or multi-dimensional shaping better if I tell you on when pandas is going on. No, means pandas we are going to take in the coming sessions as well, after I think next week there, definitely. And that time you will get to know about how the real data sets are working, how the real data analytical process will be working here. Okay, so here I'm passing the slicing next example, and this is a multi-dimensional now, the three dimensions, more than one dimensions we have, right? And more than one dimension slicing is if I want to fetch, see what I'm saying, if I want to fetch 16 here, 16 I'm asking, slice the data, this one 16. Can anybody, I want to print here where we have a 16 here, and if first directly you go for the 16 or what, no, first check out the how many dimensions there, first check out the shape there. Is it correct? We should have to check the shape or not. So check out the shape first, print, and a2 dot shape, and this will definitely make the difference. Shape, check out 3 arrays we have there, 2 rows and 6 columns. So how can you slice now? How can you pass the values here, right? Because finally we got a multi-dimensional, no, so that you should have to pass the values. How then? Can you tell me about it? Is that possible with the directly? I want to fetch this 16, this 16. So let's check out first, then some of the answers I'm getting into the chat here. So I will use this chat answers. Okay, this is my first, this is my second, and this is my three arrays I got here. And suppose I pass 1 comma, I will use some of your answers, 0 comma what, 16, no, 16 means 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, 4. Let's check out print 16. We got it, we got it, exactly, we got it, right? The 4 we got, but you can go with it same structure, means 0 to 4. 1 is nothing but your what, this is the first one, this is the first one, first array. Why? Because check out the brackets, a2 has a first array, that is in this one, a2 has a second array, that is this one. In the second array means your first, so that I'm passing here 1, and 0 is nothing but your, in the first array, what will be the sub first array, that is in zeroth element, this one. In that, who is into the fourth one, that is 16. Why? Because 0 1 2 3 4. So structural part we got it easily. Even you can work with the two-dimensional array like this as well. See, 2D array is there, no? And I will copy this one and I'll add here structural part. So I will tell you one interesting point here. Print it down here, and suppose if I'm passing a, okay, execute it, a of, see, a of and 0 2 0 to 2. See what I'm doing here, 0 to 2, comma I'm giving, and 0 0 to 2 and 0. What will be the structure I got here? Can anybody tell me? Are you getting the point here? What I have done? I got the 0 to 2. 0 to 2 is nothing but 0 and 2. See, 0 and 2. Who is that? Array we have this one, no. And 0th element. See here, this one. 2. 82 and 13. 82 is this one. 13 is this one. Why? Because this is 0th second element of 0 to 2. If I pass extra elements, then definitely you will get it easily. Now, this is, you know what, actually, this is two-dimensional array. Once again, I'm going to check about dimensions. Okay, A dot and D. See, two-dimensional array. And now I'm using this structure here. Check out this one. And I'll pass here 0 to 3. 0 to 3 means this is my 0, 1, 2, and 3. And 3 means this is your range function. No, range is there. So third, whatever the third array will be there, it will be included or excluded. What do you think? Excluded. Exactly. So why not I check this one? And second element is nothing but your 0, 1, 2, 82, 60. Not on 60. This is in 13 and 82. So I have copied this one. So definitely you will get a similar type of data. Check out 13, 82, 13, and 82. Now you got the point. Yes or no? And yes, n minus 1 will be there. Yeah. This structure, you know what, actually, if you go for the majorly like slicing of dimensions, this range function helps you to get a particular elements. Even, this values you can store into the variable as well, the way I have adding here. Check out AB is equals to A of same structure I can use so properly or not. And same, so I'll pass here, instead of A, I'll pass here AB, this one. Now this AB you will fetch anywhere into the program. Got the point? Yes or no? Actually, you know what, actually, what I'm thinking about, you should go for the multiple examples here. Take the array, pass the values, check the everything related with the that positive indexing as well as negative indexing. Once you get it off, how to fetch, how to slice the data, then it looks like an easiest work in the where in the NumPy. Why? Numeric array is not only supporting for the data science, it supports for the machine learning, deep learning, and in computer vision as well, right? If you are going to interest for means working with the image processing, then that time this structure will be useful to you. Image structure also, image processing also, when you fetch the image, that time also this structural point means your image is converting into the numerical Python values, and numerical Python values gives you the structural point like a arrays like a 2D array, 3D array kind of this. And that time, every pattern of data you will get to know that easiest way, right? And if suppose it's okay, means now you got the point of this one. Why not I go with, I'll take a one example about three-dimensional array, and then we will move forward towards the what we expecting related with the NumPy indexing as well as data types we know, indexing we know, creating arrays we got, right? And then we should go with the reshaping as well, right? Reshaping also you know that about yesterday. Means I think some of the people you know about reshaping, and then we go for reiterating, right? Still we haven't done any structural point, means accessing the values and all, working with the, some little programs we can do. The overall work of NumPy is important here. Let's go for it. Copying and adding here. Can you tell me about, is it possible to pass in the both values in the both structure of range function? Both structure. What do you think? Both elements, the indexing of 2D array, it's working, but the 3D array supports or not, that is also we have to check, right? Because structural 3D array is having, check out this one. So why not I pass these values on the basis of this print a2 of, is it possible that the way I am passing 1 comma 2 comma 2, only I'm just passing randomly and printing down, check out, index 2 is out of bound, index 2 is out of bound, see, axis size is 1 and with the size 0, I'll pass. We should slicing, I want to change some difference here. Let's go on with the, mhm, because this is an increased array. So multidimensional data sets slicing should add the multiple arrays. If this is increased array, right? Increased array means if suppose shaping also I want to go, then this will support comma or no. He will not support for the multidimensional slicing. So multidimensional slicing, we should go for the pandas as well. This time it makes the difference here. Shaping is correct. Slicing is also correct. So 3D array slicing, then definitely why not I go for the some different things, right? I'll try some different points with the 1 comma 2 comma 3. I know this one also will get the problem. Why? Because first one, second one. And how can I slice this? Slicing. It is worse. Slicing will not support you. Check out wet. I'll go for some different. Array we should pass, it is okay, not an issue. Good. Print again A2, and this is in two dimension. So picking up the rows, that is suppose 2 comma 1, 2 comma 1, then that is 2 comma 1, second array and first this one, second array and first one. So 5, 6, 81 and 21 in the record here. But I want to go for this one. In that also, if I want to go that time, maybe this one. First and first. First and first is nothing but this. But first and first with the colon, this will not support. How can I fetch the range between that 5 to 4? This one. Can anyone have an idea? If you know, please put it down your observations in the chat, guessing in the chat. I'm taking here the first array, comma, of the rows might be it is working. We can do like this. Yes, yes, I got the point. Like this, we should put here rows and columns. If suppose if I pass like rows, so which row I want? If suppose only I want to work with the 1 to 2, this is my 0 and 1. So I'll pass here 1. I'll pass here 2. So he will take a 2 to 2 and slice it down with the columns. Columns means start with the 0 and end with the this one suppose, and I will go 0, 1, 2. 2 means 3 I am passing here, and I am passing 3. Right, now got the point. Let's check out if it is working or not. This is trial and error. I will tell you about it, how it works. Let's execute first. 0 to 2 means this one he has taken correct, but the way I am passing now, the 0 to 3, he is not getting that. 3 means he should have to pass like this. You know the Rubik cube, similar kind of structure that we have. He gives the proper intentionally execution. But if I pass like this one, 0 to 2, it's nothing but he's giving 3, 4. See what the structure of this. The first 0 to 2, 0 to 2, this one. Okay, and the 1, 3, 4. This first row he has taken 3, 3 for this one, and this one. But I don't want this structure like this. He has taken first row from 0 to 2. I want what? If suppose if I want to take this all, I want to take this all. How can I take? Can anybody? Do you know idea? If I pass like 0 to means 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, right? And he has taken the this. So definitely you will get 2, 3, 3, 3. This one. This one helps you to get a count of arrays, and this one help you to get All the arrays means this one. All the rows, this is rows and the array count. If I make here some difference, if I add here 1, 2, 3, is taking in the second one, but I would like to go for this serious by column he is taking, but I don't want this by column. Three-dimensional he has taken, but the point is, if I want to go for the some column base, specifying the values, then definitely is making changes, right? Case 1, case 2, case 3 always important. Case 1 with that we have taken this one, structural point. Case 2 also. Let's check out if I want to fetch, suppose second only, then what I have to do? See, second. But in that second, I want to change something, want to fetch something different, then what I have to do? Comma. And then have to pass here. In that second element, I have to pass here 0, suppose. Only I will get this one, comma. Yeah, we got now. Now we can able to work it. I will tell you how we got this one. This structure, this point is nothing but which array you want to go. This point is nothing but which the array you have chosen. In that which column is first row or second row, 0, 1, 2 like this. And 0 to 3 is nothing but whatever the content you want that from that means whole structure. You know, every pattern we can go for the ranging concept. Like not only we are passing here 0, you can pass by the range as well. But the passing a ranging is not always solution. We can find out the structure as well. Now only I would like to, let's see one example I would like to go for. I want to change, I want to fetch here this one 81 and 23. This one 81 and 23. How can I fetch? Can anyone? Let's check out how can I fetch 81 and 23 of last one. Okay, not in this one, this last one 81 and 23. Any idea about this? Print A2, and who is in last here? If suppose if I go with it Ulan, and that is an 0, 1, 1 to all, 1 to all. I don't want that to the 2 to all. 2 to all means this one, 2 to all, comma. Which row you want? 1, no. So you should pass here directly what? 1. Why? Because this is first 0, 1 and this is 1. Okay, 1, comma. Which you want? This one. So you can pass by the range as well. Which one? Minus 2 and colon. Is it correct? Yes or no? Let me know if you got this point. If I execute this one, check out. Got the point? Right. Actually, sometimes this is making us confusion, but if you go for the multiple exercise on it, fetching the values and all, I have added here little, this is a little bit. If suppose if you are getting the multidimensional data set, multidimensional means more than one dimensions that we have in the real-time data sets. That time that looks an easy. This looks an tough. Why? Because every time we are getting here three or four um, square brackets and all. So that is why this one will make you confusion. But if I'm working on the live data set, then that isn't looks easy, right? You are not getting wet. I will tell you once again. This is a multi-dimensional data set, no? This is more than three, more than two kind of this. So more than two you are passing here. You are passing, this one isn't choosing the array. The first attempt isn't choosing the array. So which one I have chosen? Two to all. Two to all means 0, 1 and 2. 0, 1 and 2. So the way you are passing the 2 and all means here we don't have an all. So only I'm just passing the 2. If I'm passing 2 like this one, then also you can get this. Not an issue. Because 0, 1 and 2, right? And then you are passing a 1. In that 2, you are choosing one number. So 0 and 1. This one, 1. In that one you are passing -2 to all. -2 means this one, -1, -2 and 2 to all. That is why if I execute, that's it, you'll get it. What if I think this one easy, right? So for this purpose you should go for some examples related with that. Everyone, not only I'm talking to a single, go with this multiples, because once you see that example, no, once you see that any example, definitely, and you can store the values as well. You can store the values into the variables and find out fetching these values, and this one makes you very easy once you get the examples. Now I will go for the reshaping. See, on the slicing you can put your time, but now I'm going to work on the reshaping. Okay, reshaping purpose. Reshape array. Reshape array is nothing but if you have one array in any format, can change that array format into another shape. You can change the shape as well. So changing the shaping, let's go for that. First, already we have seen that shape means finding the shape. Now working with the reshaping. And reshaping is always known as a changing the shape of array. Number of element and each dimensions also we can change. Number of, not only number of elements, but elements of dimensions we can change. All right. So let's take up one example. One example. I'll take up one same variable. A is equals to, suppose, np dot array. Okay. And suppose can pass here. Hmm. So how many numbers we have here? 3, 6 and 3, 9. So this is odd number. I'll remove first. I will go with the some even numbers first. Even numbers means count is even now. We got an 8. So 8 is divisible by how many, means how many examples will get, then 8 is divisible. 2 into 4, 4 into 2. Another one example. So we are changing the shape, okay? Changing the shape. So I'll take a AB1 is equals to, what is your array name? This one. Reshaping having some points means you have to take a two variables, right? So where to where change. Reshaping having a syntax is something. Syntaxes means you have to define first which array you have to reshape. So this is an A I am taking. Then you can pass a shape, reshape this one. Okay. In that you can go for count. So which you want. There we have the 8, no. So 8 is divisible by 2 to 4. 4 into 2. And so that I'm passing here 4 to 2. So divisible by any execution. Execution, sorry, I have to pass here AB1. Check out now. The 4 rows and 2 columns. So divisible by 4 to 2. That is why he is getting the 4 comma 2. So you guys are thinking about why to do this kind of structure. See, we are working on the data that completely scrambled manner. Want to change the shape, want to, I don't want like this, so I want like 8 comma 1. Yeah, I'm working on it definitely. Sorry sir, definitely I will go for that example once I go for this one. 8 comma 1, check out what will happen. If suppose your answer already form of rows, okay, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 in the form of rows, you want to change it into the columns. So why not you go for the ab is equal to a dot reshape and pass the a 8 comma 1. See, I know this is an even count, but when I go for the odd count I will copy this one. Okay, that time also it works, but you cannot do like 7 in, because odd numbers are not divisible by clear complete divisible. You will not get a remainder of 0, right? So if I pass here 11 in front of that, because 11 2 and 6 is a 9 numbers, and I'm passing here, so 9 is not indivisible, right? Is it correct? So how can I do 9 comma 1? You can able to do this one. This is makes a column. But if you are thinking about 2 into 4 and then you will get no. See, suppose how can I pass here? Will not get it. 4. See, you will not getting that divisible value. No. Is it correct what I'm saying? 9, 11, 13 always makes the difference here. So making the proper sequence here, this is 4 to 2. Your count is in 9, no? So how can you get? 9 to 1 is good. 1 to 9 is good. Not an issue, but divisible reminders in 0 will not possible here. Divisible should be 0. But we have the solution. We have the solution. How? Means how can I make this solution? Not in actually, yes, shape is matters always. We cannot make a dimension like a 4 to 2. Why? Because this is not divisible. But we can change into the other shaping structures. How can I change the shapes? In structural part we can change, but I will tell you how it is. Mm. Shapes with the, suppose I'll take dimensions first. How many dimensions I want? Suppose I want 2 dimensions. How many numbers actually I have here? 9, no? I'll change with the 10. Total numbers now 10. So 10 is divisible with the 5 into 2, right? 5 into 2 is nothing but 10. So 10 items we got here, and reshaping I'm passing 2, and if suppose I'm having 2 arrays we can create here. How many containers we can do? 5 into 2, suppose 2 arrays we can create, and 5 comma 2. Cannot reshape the array of size of 10 into shape, because 2 array we have to create. 5 into 2 means that is an 5 element into same. Yeah, we got 2. 2 is nothing but 2 arrays you want, and each array you have to pass the 5 elements, and then that is in 1. Why? Because 5 into 1, no, that is 5 means 5 elements are not divisible, right? This is total 12. If suppose if I make a 12, then definitely it's just little bit making the difference here. See, first, before I move forward of next examples of this slicing reshaping, can you please tell me, are you getting this point? Because that is important. If you are not getting, then how can I move forward? Right. This is shapings are always matters, right? The passing the arrays and NP arrays, because at the end of the session, what we want outcomes. Yes, multiple to each other. Actually, not like a multiple. If suppose if I make like a suppose 3, how can you divide this? Is it possible? We cannot create similar patterns, similar arrays, similar size of arrays here. Why? Because the numbers are completely different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Suppose if I make 12, 12 is divisible, no? 4 into 3, 12. So maybe now it's possible, yes. 12s are no, so here we have the 12 numbers, 12 atoms are present here. So 12 atoms always checks the sum. 12 is divisible by 4 into 3, what it is? 12. So 12, 4 into 1, and 3 arrays are there. So you can create it easily. Right? So this is the structural point that we have here. Can I take another one example? Then I move forward, right? Let's first I will check the contents that I have taken here. That we cannot check in some multiples, but reshaping is in some tricky things. Singular array, but tricky things as well works. Yeah. I'll take some different structures as well. 4 2 and suppose 3D also. Suppose 3D I'm going to take. Then what will happen? I'll take another one example. with this one and pass multiple as well. Okay, why? Because I'll make a 15. So 15 is divisible by 5 into 16. I will take 16 total. 16 I will take here. Should I have to pass another 4? Yes. Hmm. 4, 4, 4 and 4. Okay. And then I'll check one more thing now. Shape will change with this AB1 is equals to A dot. See shape, I'm the way I'm passing here. Okay. So how many 16s are there? No, 16s into 4. No, no. Here I have to pass two arrays, 4 rows, 2 columns. Are you getting my point here? Reshaping. Is it possible with the odd values? Suppose 17 I am taking. Is it possible? Just let me know if suppose if I am trying to go for this one reshaping concept, then it's a little bit tricky one, right? Suppose I make like 16. No, no, no. Actually, I have to pass here 8. 8 into 1, no. 2, 2, 8. 2 into 4. Should I have to pass 1? Or I can pass here 1. And here I can pass 16 first. 1. Cannot reshape the size with the 16 into 1. Then you know what actually I have to take? 16 first attempts, 1, 1. Maybe it works. 16, comma 1, comma 1. 17 values, 9. Then I have to check. 1, 17, 1. Is it correct? Yes. This one I can take easily that with the singular format, like a 17 comma 1, you can get it easily. Write it. I think this makes the difference nowadays because we know the slicing concept. That is why it works easily, shaping and all. Even we can do the concept as well, right? And you know what actually? We can arrange the values as well. Actually, before, see, reshape the way I'm taking the two values, no? The structural point today we have taken, I would like to go for the some little bit recap of it. So is it possible? Are you there? Can I go for the recap quick one? See, defining a array isn't one of the easiest work. Easiest work means the numpy, pass the numpy array and pass the values. But the whatever the content you are passing into the array, that is important. If you are passing the value like a 2.2, that is an floating value passing, you are 2 passing, you are means you are passing 2, then definitely it is integer. And 4, that is 4 with the string, that is your string unique unicode values. But if suppose if I want to fetch into the looping structure, want to do a numeric value analysis, then definitely it makes some structural point is different. No, numerical values are present into array, then calculation is easy to us. But string value will be there, then you should have to convert these values. So converting is not a part of this numerical means numpy array. So before passing the values into the array, why not you convert your values whatever that comes from the data set. So that time converting your data types into string to float, string to numeric, that we have already means we have to work on the pandas as well, because once we covered up now this one, we'll go for the pandas. But always make sure that if you are interested in the numpy and want to work with the numpy, your value should be into numeric format. The 4 declaration that we have checked with the array, that is an ending. Why to use ending? That is an dimensions. We should get the dimensions here with the ending. Shape is nothing but how many rows and how many columns present into array, that we can use shape. Shape is also used for the multi-dimensional data set as well. So if you are fetching the CSV file, Excel file, no, with in pandas, this shape continuously we can use. Then we are using here D type. D type is nothing but data type. Data type is nothing but the values already present into the array, no, that values, which type of values we have in the array, that is an D type. And another way you have type directly, type of array. The type of array is a numeric means numpy array. Why? Because this whatever the value, whatever the structural point we are doing here, that is comes from the import numpy as a np, means it comes from the numpy array only. Okay, and then we have defined zero dimensional array. In the interview sessions, if they are asking, you should put a dimensions array, zero dimensional array, 1D array. So most of the people, they are getting confusion between the two, means 0 and 1, how can we define, because it looks in 0. Why? Because they are thinking about this is rows, row is starting with the 0 dimension. No, this is 0 dimension and this is 1D array, 1 dimensional array. Then we move towards the 2D and 3D array. Identifying the arrays means which dimension it is. This is an easiest work. So check out the count of square brackets 1 and 2. Do not count in between the middle of that, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Just count the first one or last one. Last one also giving a 2 and first one also giving a 2. So that is become a part of your 2-dimensional array. Then we move towards the 3-dimensional array as well. Here also you can identify easily. See, this one, and this one is 3-dimensional array we got here, and it looks very easy, right? When we think about, because before I explained the 3-dimensional array, you always think about that array, how it is going on, means how the structural point is going on here, means this first array, second array. But when I pass the 3-dimensional array, I always think about this one, this structure. This is a single array in 3-dimensional array. Second, and this is third one. Okay, the single array want to slice, you have a different formats, slicing purpose. Like this is an first in a single array. This is a first one. This is a second one. And that first one also we have, this one is in 0th element, 2 is into 0th element. So always check out the syntaxes as well as the dimensions. Okay, the way you are thinking, no, the finding the dimensional array, that is important. The way you are doing the exercise on it, no, that is important. Let's move forward here. This is dimensions, means 4 dimensions actually. If I increase, no, dimensions, square brackets, it will increase. It doesn't matter. Why? Because um, CSV files and Excel files are having the multi-dimensional data sets. You will get a multiple thousands of lines and thousands of columns. So that time you will get a stuck in board that how can I slice. So that time you will get an iloc functions, iloc and lock function. You can get slice down easily, means row by rows and by columns. Okay, so do not get confused or do not get a tense about when I get the thousands of lines and thousands of columns, that time what will happen. And you guys are thinking about, is that possible that we have the thousands of rows and columns? Yes, government datas, government data sets, agricultural data sets, or suppose educational data sets having hundreds and thousands of columns. Because if suppose single student's data from the birth to end of the his life, he is having every structure, he is going through the every structure of manner, means not only educational, he has an sports curriculum, or suppose he's health related data sets having those multiple columns, no. If you are making a combined data set of single person, you will get a near about hundreds of columns there, every attributes. Even government data as well. If suppose unique identity they have made of person, then definitely they will check out every aspects of person, like account statement, how many account statement, how many bank account statement he has, how many times he income tax paid, or other structures as well, means healthcare sectors. Because unique identity is connected with the every government policies. Pension is there, even educational platforms are there, even suppose they are providing free some activities like bus, train, flight, like that. So once they want to fetch your data, they will fetch into multidimensional data sets. So this one is important. Slicing the 16, slicing means this is also we have checked. This is shaping and slicing, right? Then we moved into the where reshaping. Reshaping will help you definitely. When you predict, no, when we go for the machine learning, that time prediction will be there, and that time you are passing thousands of data into the model training and testing. And when we get the data, no, you will get into the row by and column y. So you want to change the shape, you should have to change the shape. Why? Because comparatively comparison, we need no the old data and old prediction and new prediction. That time this reshape will help you to comparison. Last time same date we got in rain, means rain is having one. This time same date we having rain or not, means that time also we got in rain, this time also we got rain. So that is the comparatively reshape will help you old data and new data. Okay, this one. So reshaping having the structural easiest structure point, means reshaping is not making confusion here. But if you go with the others, means slicing purpose, this that will be make some confusion. So go for the exercise, daily exercise. Tomorrow we are going to take a new points. We can go for the iterations of numpy array, and then we go for arrays, zeros and mix. No, I'm not master actually. Sometimes I'm getting stuck in between that. Just before I struggled between that, even I know everything, I'm getting confused about that. I think hope today's session you got everything related with that. If you haven't get, tomorrow also we have session, you can ask the questions anytime, right? Got the point, everyone? let's let's wrap up the session. Tomorrow we have session same time, and come there. And thank you so much. Take care. Yeah, you can ask question, no problem. Yeah. What is your name actually? I'm having your RSS, so I can, if I know their name of short name. Is this all education is in up for work? Yes, yes, Rohan. Yes, Rohan. Nice to talk with you. Is this all education is in up for work? Yes, yes, obviously. This is most important work. The curriculum is very best. So definitely go for that. Hard work is important. Yeah. Yes, thank you so much, Rohan. See you tomorrow. Bye bye all. Take care. Bye bye. Where can we do the practice? You can do into same structures. You can take the examples. You can take these same examples, but just change the values. Definitely you will get it easily. Yes. Any website recommendation means for the example, or means learning purpose? Python, you can go directly NumPy site as well, but the NumPy site will give you some little bit confusion. Why? Because numpy.com or numpy.org maybe. I have to check once. Numpy.org, his own NumPy having structure. They have given lot of things, lot of things. Even you will get in stuck in between that. Why this type of given thing? But don't worry, the important types that we are going to teach, that is important. Okay. Thank you so much all. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you.